Good evening, Professor. This is Abdullah Katawazi, and today I'll be talking about Edgar Allan Poe's poem. It's called The Raven. And the first question I get is, what is the setting, and is the setting important for the poem? So the setting is a chamber, and it is very important for the narrator to make sure that he represents where his story is going to begin, or in the median where it stays, or at the end of it where it stays. So that location, or that sort of setting, is very important to be provided. And number two is going to be, who is the main character. So the narrator himself is the main character, the one that's going through this whole story. That's the main character. And number three is going to be, what is the climax. So that is that the narrator was able to talk to the raven for a while, and he was expecting to see his loved one, which is named as Lenore. That's his wife or beloved one. So he's missing her a lot, and then he's trying to find the answers that he's looking for. But the raven is answering negatively, which is nevermore. So that's where the climax takes place. And now coming to the next question, what is the mood? So the mood is really sad, dark, and haunted type of situation. And I can definitely relate to it sometimes. In these sad stories, they have to have the, the background or the mood just a little bit, sad or dark type, because that makes it a little bit more deeper, and at the same time it makes the reader involved much more. So the next one is going to be, what is the conflict in this? So the conflict is the narrator lost his loved one. Her name is Lenore, and he's having difficulty moving on from what he has been through. And he's also hoping that the raven will be able to provide him some sort of answers, and that he's expecting it. But it's he will never see her again, and that's where the conflict takes place with a raven that he does not like. And what is the meaning of the poem? So the meaning of the poem is that it's a very sad story, and at the same time never-ending type of remembrance. People lose, once they lose someone, it's very hard for them to get over it, and it does take a lot of self-awareness, and at the same time it takes a lot of thoughts that the person has to go through, and it's very hard for them to move on. So the narrator is really trying his best to represent what he has been through, and trying to let us know that it's very hard. It's not how it looks like. If someone is not experienced, it's not as easy as it could be seen. And the next question is going to be, did the poem end how you expected it to end? I did expect it to end in a negative way, since there's going to be there's always a climax, but definitely these type of stories I expected the ending to be a little bit more relatable, where it goes down the same path. If suppose I were to guess that it's gonna end like, oh yeah, he's gonna be able to see it, then definitely that needs another edition of the book, and it's just gonna make it a little bit more fictional, and at the same time it's gonna be too fictional to go with it, and it would not rhyme with it. But sometimes I feel like the narrator himself, or the writer himself, knows how to end it in a very nice manner, where a person is just interested in the same book, but the story is still like a good story, and it ends with a good ending. So that really matters at the end of the day. Yes, I really enjoyed reading it too. Thank you so much.